Do you feel like you're losing yourself, drowning in despair next to someone? Perhaps your soul is being slowly poisoned without your knowledge. In this video, we will expose 11 cunning tactics that narcissists use to manipulate and control you. You will be equipped with the knowledge to recognize the warning signs and break free from this toxic cycle. I will provide you with the essential tools to protect yourself and regain control of your life. You will understand how they operate and be able to confidently confront them. And finally, I will share the secret to making sure narcissists can no longer hurt you. Subscribe now to start your journey of freeing yourself from psychological manipulation. It's time for you to live a life of freedom and happiness. Sign 1. Narcissists use emotional volatility to confuse you. Like unpredictable storms, they sow emotional chaos to manipulate your mind. Today they lift you to the heavens with sweet words. Tomorrow they push you into the abyss with harsh criticism. This instability leaves you lost, unsure of what is genuine and what is fake. They revel in the power created by their unpredictability, turning you into a puppet in their emotional game. But remember, as Stoic warriors, we cannot control the external storms, but we can absolutely master the fortress of our own inner selves. Don't let their emotional fluctuations shake the peace in your soul. Focus on your core values, on your life goals. Recognize that these emotional ups and downs are just manipulative tactics, and you will gradually become immune to them. Set clear boundaries. Maintain a safe distance to protect yourself from unnecessary hurt. And don't hesitate to seek support from trusted friends or a therapist. They will be a strong support to help you through difficult times. Sign 2. You're always at fault. Narcissists are masters of the blame game. They turn you into a mirror reflecting all their mistakes, causing you to doubt yourself and lose confidence. They might unleash hurtful insults, then blame you for being too sensitive. They might resort to violence, then justify it by claiming you provoked them. Even their infidelity becomes your fault, because you weren't attentive or loving enough. In their world, you are always the one to blame, regardless of what they've done. They never take responsibility for their actions, instead always finding a way to blame circumstances, others, and especially you. You offer feedback on their inappropriate behavior, and they immediately turn it around, accusing you of being controlling and nitpicky, making them feel suffocated. They break a promise but blame you for putting pressure on them, making it impossible to keep their word. They cheat, but justify it by saying you didn't give them enough attention, leaving them feeling lonely and neglected. This blame game not only causes emotional pain, but also erodes your self-belief. You start to question your own perceptions and judgment, wondering if you truly are at fault, if you did something wrong to provoke their behavior. That's their goal, to manipulate your mind, making you dependent and easily controlled. They want you to believe you're the problem, so they can continue their misconduct without facing consequences. Sign 3. You are being controlled. Narcissists don't just want to influence you, they crave control over every aspect of your life, from the smallest decisions to the most significant choices. They want to mold you into a miniature version of themselves, a puppet who obediently follows their every whim. This control can manifest subtly in everyday situations. During meals, they might dictate what you eat, criticize your choices, and even take over the ordering. In the car, they'll constantly instruct your driving, complain about your speed and lane changes. In relationships, they'll try to isolate you from friends and family, control who you interact with, and even snoop through your messages. Financially, they might micromanage your spending, demand you report every expense, and even prevent you from working or earning independently. Regarding your appearance, they'll make negative comments, pressure you to change your style, or even interfere with your grooming choices. These controlling behaviors, though seemingly minor at first, gradually erode your willpower and autonomy. You'll start to doubt yourself, feel powerless, and lose the ability to make independent decisions. But don't worry, you can absolutely stop this. Learn to recognize the early warning signs, set clear boundaries, and firmly protect your autonomy. Don't hesitate to seek support from friends, family, or professionals if needed. Remember, you deserve a life of freedom and happiness, free from anyone's control. Sign 4. They are perpetually the victim. In the narcissist's distorted world, everything revolves around them. Even when they are the ones inflicting harm, they find ways to portray themselves as the victim, shifting blame onto others and evading responsibility. This is a subtle and toxic tactic that leaves victims feeling confused, guilty, and doubting themselves. When unable to deny their wrongdoing, narcissists often employ the following tactics. Blame shifting. Instead of accepting responsibility, they will blame the victim, claiming that the victim's behavior or attitude provoked their actions. They might say things like, "You made me so angry. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had to do this." Zrenia, or "You're being unreasonable, I was just defending myself." Playing the victim. They will act distressed, helpless, and powerless, attempting to evoke pity from the victim. They might cry, beg for forgiveness, or threaten self-harm. Their goal is to make the victim feel guilty and sympathetic, leading them to overlook the narcissist's wrongdoing. Painting themselves as the victim, they will recount past hardships, misfortunes, or traumas, trying to prove that they are the true victim. They might talk about an unhappy childhood, failed relationships, or setbacks in life. By doing so, they want the victim to empathize and forgive their harmful behavior. Promising to change. They will vow to never repeat their actions, to change themselves and become a better person. They might say things like, "I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. I promise to try and change for you." Or "Give me another chance, I'll prove it to you." However, these promises are often empty lies, meant to appease the victim and maintain control. These tactics employed by narcissists are incredibly dangerous, as they can lead victims to question their own perception and lose their self-esteem. Victims may start to believe that they are at fault, that they deserve to be treated poorly, and that they have no right to speak up or fight back. If you find yourself being treated this way, remember that you are not to blame. Do not let the narcissist manipulate and control you. Seek help from friends, family, or mental health professionals. You deserve to be loved and respected. Sign 5. They abandon you in times of hardship. They are like ghosts in the storms of your life. When the winds of adversity blow, when you need a strong shoulder to lean on, they vanish like smoke. In your moments of greatest vulnerability and pain, they choose to hide, leaving you alone to face the tempest. When you fall ill and need a caring hand, they will find excuses, disappearing without a word. When you lose your job and need encouragement, they will be absent, leaving you adrift in disappointment. When you grieve the loss of a loved one and need a comforting embrace, they will remain silent, leaving you to drown in your sorrow. They demand your attention and support, yet are unwilling to reciprocate. They crave your love, but only to satisfy their own selfish needs. They are emotional vampires, taking without giving. They are like distorted mirrors, reflecting only what they want to see, oblivious to your true feelings. They are self-absorbed, concerned only with themselves, and indifferent to those around them. For instance, when you share about a bad day at work, they will quickly shift the conversation to their own problems, showing no interest in what you've just experienced. When you try to confide your worries, they will interrupt you, dismiss your emotions, and continue talking about their own successes. They are selfish individuals, focused solely on themselves, with no regard for others. They are heartless, taking without giving. They are ghosts in the storms of your life, abandoning you in your moments of greatest need. Sign 6. Using anger to control you. Narcissists view anger as a tool of power, a sharp weapon to manipulate and control you. When you dare to express disagreement or challenge their views, their rage erupts like a wildfire, not just a spontaneous reaction, but a calculated tactic to instill fear and submission. They cannot accept that you have independent thoughts, a life of your own, or relationships outside their control. Any sign that you are slipping from their grasp can trigger their anger, as they crave your complete dependence and obedience. Anger becomes the invisible leash that binds you. Sensitive individuals who tend to avoid conflict and seek harmony are easy targets for these manipulators. When confronted with a narcissist's rage, they often react by withdrawing, staying silent, or even blaming themselves, hoping that by appeasing the anger, they can restore peace. But this is a mistake, as withdrawing only reinforces the narcissist's belief that they can use anger to control you. It teaches them that by simply getting angry, they can silence you, make you abandon your own opinions, and bend you to their will. For example, if you refuse an unreasonable request, they might fly into a rage, smashing objects or yelling at you, making you afraid and ultimately agree just to calm things down. If you spend time with friends instead of them, they might sulk, give you the silent treatment, or say hurtful things, making you feel guilty and cancel your plans. If you express a different opinion in a discussion, they might respond by attacking you personally, belittling you, or mocking you, making you feel ashamed and afraid to speak up again. Remember, a narcissist's anger is not your fault. Don't let them use it to manipulate and control you. Stand your ground, defend your opinions, and don't be afraid to say no. Sign 7. They love to be pampered. For narcissists, you're not just a partner or lover, but a full-time caretaker for their lives. Their lack of independence is evident in how you have to handle most of the daily tasks, from cleaning, cooking, laundry, ironing, to making calls or even avoiding people they don't want to see. They act like a spoiled child who constantly needs care and attention, demanding endless pampering and service. This excessive dependence not only exhausts you physically, but also allows them to blame you for any failures or disappointments in their lives. Even if the cause stems from their own laziness, irresponsibility, or poor decisions, they will find a way to shift the blame onto you, making you feel guilty and self-reproachful. Conversely, when they achieve success, even if it's due to your silent support, they won't hesitate to take all the credit. They will flaunt their accomplishments as if they were solely the result of their own efforts, completely disregarding your contributions. For example, if they forget an important appointment, they will blame you for not reminding them, instead of admitting their own forgetfulness. If they fail to complete a project on time, they will blame you for distracting them, rather than taking responsibility for their procrastination. But if they receive praise for a successful presentation, they will proudly accept all the compliments, forgetting that you spent hours helping them prepare. This unfair treatment not only causes emotional pain, but also makes you feel used and unappreciated. You gradually become a faded shadow, existing solely to serve their needs, while your efforts and sacrifices are overlooked or completely forgotten. Sign 8. They make you lose faith in yourself. Narcissists have a frightening ability to erode your pride and confidence, turning accomplishments that should be celebrated into moments of doubt and self-deprecation. They're like envious monsters, always seeking to belittle you, whether through subtle backhanded compliments or outright criticism. For example, when you excitedly share about winning first place in a local running race, instead of congratulating you, they might coldly say, "Not bad, but I'm sure professional athletes would laugh at your time." Or when you get promoted after years of hard work, they might sarcastically remark, "Your boss probably couldn't stand having someone so competent around, so they pushed you up the ladder to get you out of the way." Such comments, even when disguised as humor or concern, serve a single purpose: to make you doubt yourself and your achievements. They want you to believe you're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy. They want you to depend on their validation so they can easily manipulate and control you. Gradually, these toxic words will eat away at your self-confidence. You'll start to question your abilities, feel insecure about your successes, and even feel ashamed of your efforts. You might start avoiding new challenges, fearing failure and their criticism. But don't let them win. Recognize that their words are merely a reflection of their own insecurities. Be proud of what you've achieved, no matter how big or small. Seek support from those who genuinely love and appreciate you. And most importantly, learn to cope with these poisonous remarks by setting clear boundaries, refusing to let them demean you, and always believing in your own worth. Sign 9. They always see themselves as the center of attention. Narcissists inhabit a world revolving around an inflated ego, where they perpetually place themselves at the center of the universe. Their thoughts, actions, and emotions take absolute precedence, while those around them are mere satellites existing solely to serve and satisfy their needs. They believe they are special, talented, and deserving of admiration, respect, and special treatment from everyone. This arrogance manifests clearly in how they communicate and interact with others. They frequently interrupt, fail to listen, and show indifference to what others say, unless it involves praise or flattery. They enjoy boasting about their achievements, talents, or connections, regardless of whether the listener is interested. They demand absolute attention and obedience, and are quick to anger or sulk if their demands are not met. For instance, at a party, they might dominate the conversation, recounting their successes without giving anyone else a chance to speak. Or when you're sharing a personal problem, they might swiftly shift the focus back to themselves, turning your story into an opportunity to showcase their own superiority. They might even completely disregard your feelings and needs, focusing solely on satisfying their own inflated ego. Narcissists live in a delusional world where they are the sole protagonists and everyone else is just a supporting character. Their selfishness and lack of empathy make it difficult for them to build and maintain healthy, genuine relationships. They may initially attract others with their flashy exterior and exaggerated confidence, but eventually, the truth of their self-centered nature will emerge, causing those around them to gradually drift away. Sign 10. They are always the best. In the narcissist's world, they are the center, the best, the ones who never make mistakes. They construct a perfect image of themselves, an untouchable monument. Therefore, any failure, criticism, or opposing opinion is a severe blow to their oversized ego. They cannot accept that they are not perfect, not the absolute winner. This excessive narcissism causes them to overreact to unfavorable situations. A small criticism, a failure at work, or a loss in a game can trigger their rage, plunge them into depression, or lead them to blame others. They cannot face the reality that they also have weaknesses and can make mistakes like everyone else. They constantly crave recognition and admiration from others, and any indication that they are not valued can cause deep hurt. They may become envious and jealous of those who are more successful than them, or try to belittle others to elevate their own worth. When criticized by their boss for an unsuccessful project, instead of acknowledging their shortcomings, a narcissist might blame colleagues or claim the boss is being unfair. When losing a sports match, they might become angry, break things, or even insult their opponent. When receiving feedback from friends about inappropriate behavior, they might react by cutting ties or speaking ill of their friends behind their backs. This obsession with winning and inability to accept failure not only creates difficulties for those around them, but also negatively impacts the narcissists themselves. It keeps them living in constant stress, anxiety, and insecurity. They cannot enjoy the simple pleasures of life, learn from their mistakes, or build genuine and lasting relationships. Sign 11. They love to brag. One of the most noticeable traits of narcissists is their tendency to exaggerate and excessively boast about themselves. Because they constantly crave admiration and attention from others, they frequently talk about their achievements, talents, or exceptional abilities, regardless of whether they are truly impressive or not. Not only that, they tend to inflate these accomplishments many times over, even fabricating success stories to paint a more glamorous picture of themselves. They might talk about awards they never won, projects they never participated in, or relationships with famous people they never had. Their goal is to create a strong impression, leaving others in awe and admiration. For example, a narcissist might brag about having climbed Mount Everest, when in reality, they only climbed a small local hill. Or they might talk about turning down an attractive job offer from a big company, when in fact they never received any such offer. They might even make up stories about saving someone's life or making a significant contribution to society, just to satisfy their need for recognition and admiration. To cope with a narcissist, keeping a daily journal is like having a compass, guiding you through the chaotic sea and helping you rediscover yourself. Record every detail of your interactions with them, their words, actions, and how they treat you. From trivial conversations to sweet promises, harsh insults, and even your own mixed emotions, everything needs to be documented honestly and in detail. Initially, this might feel burdensome, but after a few days, or at most a few weeks, you'll start noticing remarkable changes. The journal will become a mirror, reflecting the true nature of your relationship, allowing you to see clearly what's really happening, without being clouded by sweet nothings or the narcissist's subtle manipulations. You'll recognize the emotional poison they've used to control you: subtle threats, fake compliments, unreasonable blame, or the times they planted hope only to cruelly crush it. You'll see more clearly than ever how they drag you down, hurt you, and exploit you to satisfy their oversized ego. The emotional distance created by the journal will help you view the narcissist more objectively, no longer through the rose-tinted glasses of affection or dependence. You'll see their true nature, someone who diminishes and poisons your soul. And when this truth becomes undeniable, you'll know what you need to do: sever this toxic relationship. Tell them they bring nothing good to your life, that they're hurting you, and that you need to escape their influence. Don't be afraid or hesitant. Be decisive and strong. The day you let go of the narcissist will be the day you reclaim your freedom. Although the healing process may take time, with each passing day, you'll feel the poison in your soul gradually fading away. Remember that you deserve love and respect. Seek genuine happiness and love, and leave the narcissist behind where they belong. Examples of what you can write in your journal. Today he promised to change again, but I don't believe him anymore. Every time I try to trust him, he lets me down. She compared me to others again, making me feel so inadequate. Why do I let her hurt me like this? I refused to help him with something unreasonable, and he flew into a rage. I feel scared and guilty, but I know I did the right thing. Today I spent time with my friends, and I felt so happy and relaxed. I realize I don't need to depend on him for my happiness. Remember, the journal is your private space where you can freely express your emotions and thoughts. Don't hesitate to write down your deepest secrets, the pain and hurt you're enduring. Journaling not only helps you gain a clearer perspective on the toxic relationship, but also serves as a way to release your emotions and heal your soul. After watching this video, you've likely gained a deeper understanding of the signs of narcissism and how to deal with it. However, the journey to understanding and coping with narcissists is not a smooth path, but a challenging battle that requires patience, wisdom, and courage. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Many people have faced and are facing similar difficulties, and they've found the strength to overcome them. Don't hesitate to seek support from friends, family, or mental health professionals. They will be your trusted companions, helping you navigate these challenges and rediscover inner peace. Above all, always believe in yourself and your worth. You deserve love and respect. You deserve a happy and free life, unburdened by toxic personalities. Be brave. Step out of the shadows, explore your potential, and build a brighter future. Thank you for joining us in this video. We hope the knowledge and insights we've shared will help you recognize your self-worth, protect yourself from toxic relationships, and find true happiness. Keep following our channel for more helpful information on psychology and relationships. Wishing you strength and happiness always.